Good day and welcome back to another DBZ Dokkan Metal video. In this video we're going to be taking a look at which awakening medals you need to farm, or can farm I should say, in advance for the anniversary, and which characters you can get to prepare for the anniversary as well, in terms of raising super attack level and the like. Now we'll start with the medals to farm. So these are medals you can pre-farm because they'll be used for awakening either LR units or summonable banner units. And we'll also take a look at basically which units you can farm to help raise super attack levels. Then we'll also look at which units are going to EZA so you can get those ready as well. Now for first medals, we're looking at Broly. So you need to farm these Broly medals not only for Broly himself but also Gogeta. You need 35 of these medals for Broly and 14 for Gogeta. Don't worry, I'll show you the events just now, so don't panic. But you will need these medals. These come from the older Super Saiyan Broly event, so still pretty easy to get. 49 in total, so really not too bad. That works out to being, around 7 runs, so it's not too bad at all if you don't get bonus. In terms of the Gogeta style medals, you're going to need 21 of the Super Saiyan Gogeta medals. Again, don't worry, I'll show the events just now. These medals, along with 35 of the 5th year anniversary LR medals, along with another 35 medals from the God Boys Goku and Vegeta. So you need 21 of the Super Saiyan Gogeta medals, you need 35 of the 5th year LR medals, and you need 35 of the 7th year LR medals for Gogeta specifically. You don't need for anyone else, but you need for those guys. Now, obviously, talking about these, it's pretty nice because you can pretty much pre-farm Gogeta's medals entirely before the anniversary. So that is something that's really cool. If you go, you can actually have Gogeta fully prepped because he only requires 21 Super Saiyan Gogeta medals, 14 Broly Super Saiyan medals, 35 5th year LR medals, and 35 God Boys medals. So in total, for part 1 of the anniversary, you're going to need 49 Super Saiyan Broly medals, 21 Super Saiyan Gogeta medals, 35 5th year LR Gogeta medals, and 35 God Boys medals. If you farm all of those, you've done all the pre-farming you can for part 1 in terms of the medals, which is pretty good. So I think in that regards, you can save yourself quite a bit of time, because in total that's like a solid 250-300 stamina that you're saving alone on just Gogeta. And then it's like another, let's call it 165 stamina for Broly. So you can save yourself quite a fair chunk of time prepping in advance for those medals. It's still really, really good. And only really Broly you'll have to awaken after. For part 2, they obviously bring out a Gohan and a Gamma 1 and 2. Now for Gohan, you can farm his Ultimate Gohan medals. You will also need these same medals for Gamma 1 and Gamma 2. So in total you will get 56 of these, 35 for Gohan, 21 for Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, which again works out to a decent chunk of runs. It's 8. For the Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 unit, you can farm further medals. So for Gohan, that's it. The rest of the medals come from the anniversary. For Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, you can pre-farm them entirely, much like you can pre-farm Gogeta. So you can basically grab a whole bunch of medals, again, really, really well. So in terms of like Gamma 1 and Gamma 2, you need to farm medals from their current events, 42 in total. You'll need 14 for the first awakening, 28 for the second. So you need 42 Gamma 1 medals, 42 Gamma 2 medals, and then you will just need 7 from the Piccolo event. So in total for part 2, in terms of medals, you're looking at 56 Ultimate Gohan medals, 42 Gamma 1 medals, 42 Gamma 2 medals, and 7 Piccolo medals. With that, you'll be able to fully awaken Gamma 1 and Gamma 2 should you get them, and you'll be able to just need to farm the beast medals for Gohan. So now we've spoken about the awakening medals, let's talk about which units are going to EZA, so that you can have those units prepped and ready for their eventual EZAs. So in part 1 there are no EZAs, but in part 2 there are quite a few. One of the main ones is Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemma. Not only is this unit getting their EZA, but also they're actually pretty farmable from the events that are all currently up. So if you do have Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemma and you haven't awakened them or raised their super attack level, you can farm pretty much all of that with them right now on global. For the combo card of Paragus and Broly, this one you can just kind of awaken, you can't really farm super attack level 4. And then for Bardock and Gine, you can also awaken, but you can also farm the super attack level 4 currently by using Bardock copies. So plenty of great ways to save yourself. 10 super attack levels on the Broly, Chi-Lai, Lemma, and 10 super attack levels on the Bardock and Gine right now. Definitely do so. And yeah, basically, just essentially do your best to prep yourself in advance for everything that's coming, so that you don't have to kind of wander around. Other units receiving their super or receiving their EZAs, the AGL Ultra Instinct Goku, the Super Saiyan Evolved Vegeta. These two units you can't really prep for outside of awakening them, but it's still good to make sure that you have them awakened and that you're ready for their EZAs. It's going to be super important, so that you can obviously have a good time. But yeah, now those are the units you can kind of prep for EZAs. There's also some super attacks that you can currently farm to make your life a bit easier. So outside of the units that I've just spoken about for EZAs, who obviously you can farm, as I explained, you can also get units in preparation for the release of some of the summonable units. The main ones and the only actual ones are 3. So there's only 3 summonable units coming that you can actually raise the super attack level of using current events. Luckily for you, these events aren't in the Portal of Memories, and instead these events are currently available during the pre-anniversary content. So you'll be able to essentially farm these using your stamina, and again prepping yourself and saving yourself some time, especially if you're trying to be Kai conscious when summoning for units. So very, very important. One of the ones is Android 18 and Krillin. There's a summonable unit for them that's coming with the Part 2 LR banners, and you can farm copies of them in advance using this event. The other ones are going to be, technically there's 3, but it's going to be the Super Saiyan Broly and the Golden Frieza, both of whom you can get currently from this event. So if you Dokkan Awaken Broly and you Dokkan Awaken Frieza, they become Super Saiyan Broly and Golden Frieza. They are perfect for raising the super attack of the LR Broly that's coming and the Golden Frieza banner unit that's coming. So very, very important there. And just a side note that, like I mentioned, this Broly can also be used for the Broly, Chi-Lai, and Lemma unit, so go ahead and grab that. But yeah, that is everything you need to know. So after this, hopefully you can spend the next day or 2, if you're looking for something to do, prepping for the anniversary, getting yourself right and ready.